Hello YouTube, got a little surprise for you today. This is an iPhone 4S that I got recently. This is going to be my main phone for now. Actually for quite a considerable amount of time to come. The 4X HD LG phone that I used to record video with for a while, I use my main smartphone, that thing is gone, been sold. My iPhone 3GS is still around. As a matter of fact, right here it is. But I upgraded to the 4S, which is a hell of a lot faster, and it's going to get the iOS 8 update, which I'm very much looking forward to, because I'm going to test out that integration of OS X Yosemite and iOS 8 in terms of calling on your Mac and whatnot. So let's just take a look at the phone itself for now. On the bottom we've got the very familiar 30-pin dock connector, which has been replaced by Lightning since the iPhone 5, I believe. Has two stereo speakers on the bottom. On the front of the phone is not much. Just your home button, a 3.5-inch screen with a resolution of 960 by 640 pixels, which is considered a Retina panel. That's over 300 pixels per inch, so that's pretty neat. Has a front-facing camera right there, and of course a speaker here. Front-facing camera is VGA only, so it's not really high resolution, but it's good enough for taking a little selfie, I guess. On the left-hand side of the phone, we have the Do Not Disturb button. That's what I always used to call it, with volume up and volume down. On the back of the phone, there's absolutely nothing besides this nice glass plate, and of course all the stuff that's written on it. And of course the LED flash and 8 megapixel camera, which can shoot 1080p video, which is pretty cool. Probably going to use this thing as my camera for some time to come. Unless I have to do videos on my desk like I'm doing now, which is a bit better if I can use my iPad like I'm doing right now. On the top of the phone we have the 3.5mm audio jack and the lock button. So let's turn on the display and unlock this son of a bitch. As you can see, it is still running the iOS 6 operating system. Version 6.1.3, as you can see. This is a 16GB model. Of course, it has no SIM lock because that bullshit is just for America, I guess. Here in Europe we do things a bit differently. And here in the Netherlands it is mandatory for carriers to unlock their phones after 1 year of subscription. Or plan, or whatever you want to call it. So that's all very neat. I got a T-Mobile network card in here. It's not my provider, but you know, that's what the network is from. But yeah, so it's running iOS 6. It's fast as hell. Has a dual-core A5 processor at 800 MHz. People believe it is a gigahertz, but that's what it's designed to run at. It's actually running at 800 MHz. It's practically identical to the iPad 2 in terms of hardware, which is, you know, what the iPad mini is pretty much equal to. So that's why it's been supported like hell. So it's still supported for iOS 7 and 8. I haven't upgraded it to iOS 7 yet. I might not. I'm not quite sure. It's going to get iOS 8, that's for sure. I'm going to upgrade to that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to upgrade it to iOS 7. I'm still a little bit in doubt about that. But anyway. So it's a pretty snappy phone overall. You can still get everything done. You can easily go on the web, open up a web page. As you can see, it'll load up pretty quickly. You can scroll through it. I can pinch to zoom if I want to. It's not going to let me right now, but that's all okay. Of course, it flips just fine as well. Let's open up a quick video here. Ooh, that's me. So we can just scroll through it and it looks pretty good. The screen on this thing is definitely very crisp. If it's as Retina-ish as you might imagine by today's standards, not quite sure. I can't really differentiate all the different pixels on the screen, so I'd say yeah, it's Retina enough, at least for me. I mean, the resolution is pretty good for a 3.5-inch screen. So there are 4.7-inch phones out there on the Android side of things that cost about equal to what a 4S is still worth new, that have the same resolution. So that kind of makes this thing superior in that respect. But you know, some people may regard 3.5-inch to be a very small screen size. Personally, I think it's just fine, really. But hell, that's from me coming from 3GS, which also is a 3.5-inch phone. So if you compare them side by side, you can see that the 3GS is definitely thicker. Especially if we compare it like this. It's a bit wider too. As you can see, the metal edge is sticking out just a little bit. I'm on camera quite a bit today, I see. That's all fine and dandy. More size comparisons right there. So yeah, it is thinner. It is approximately the same size, same weight, I must say. A little bit lighter, maybe. But in terms of ergonomics, it's a hell of a lot better than what the 3GS is. Okay, this thing is plastic, and it's practically indestructible. It's very sturdy. But this thing is running the same operating system. Well, it's running 6.16. This is running 6.13. It's still iOS 6, but this thing is infinitely slower. It's a single core 800 MHz, which is underclocked to 600 MHz. It's made by Samsung. It's not even an A4 chip. It's just terrible. They should have left the 3GS on iOS 5, and they should have left the iPhone 4 on iOS 6. That's my opinion on what Apple did to in terms of support. But let's get back to the 4S here. So it's still supported by Apple. It's going to get the latest iOS software this fall. It's very snappy. It has Siri. It has a 1080p camera. There's really nothing this thing can't do. The graphics is 7 times faster than the A4 chip as well. So there's no real reason why I shouldn't be able to use this as my main phone, because it can do anything. It's far from obsolete. The iPhone 4 is slowly getting into obsolescence, but that's going to take another more year or two. 3GS is definitely obsolete by now. It's just done for. It's good to use as an iPod or something like that, or just for some messaging apps. It's fine for that, because you know, the Apple keyboard is just, in my opinion, superior to the Android one. But that's just what I'm used to, I guess. But yeah, I'm just going to conclude this video real quick now on my iPhone 4S that I acquired. It's going to be on my main phone. I'm definitely going to enjoy it, that's for sure. So far, I've been enjoying it very, very much. And you're probably going to see some videos of this thing, or actually that I made with this thing, I should say. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I thank you all for watching, and have a nice evening, guys. Leave a comment and like if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time.